Hey guys, Matthew Lippert back here again. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Bakersfield, California. It's March 16th. I had to think about that for a little while. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Beautiful day here. Beautiful day to come out here and do some catch-up maintenance work on my wife's Chrysler 300, 2006 Chrysler 300. Let's start out with some housekeeping. If you have a Chrysler 300, go ahead and check out the videos I've got for this car and hit that like button and that subscribe button, will you? It helps with these YouTube algorithms. And if you know anybody with a 2006 to 2009, 2010 Chrysler 300, go ahead and send them this video. If they do their own work, they might appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, put them in the description or in the comment section. I'll respond to them as appropriate. And I'm a pretty decent backyard mechanic, but I just do this kind of for fun and for myself and for friends and family. I don't wrench for money. So if you happen to be an ASE certified mechanic and you see something in here that I could do a little bit easier next time, and put that in the comments as well. I appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. Now I'm going to do 3 separate videos. I'm going to kind of do them at the same time. I'll do the same intro, so you're going to see the same intro in this. And so from going from here, I'll kind of reset the camera a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start with the different parts I'm going to replace. And each one, as I'm getting to it, well, real quick, let me do this. I've got upper control arm, ball joint, outer tie rod end, a stabilizer bar, lower control arm rearward, lower control arm forward on each side. What I'm not going to do, I have it, but I'm not going to do it, at least not right now, is the inner tie rod. Why? I think I got my hands full with this. I'm hoping I can get both sides of this car done today. We'll see. It's 10:45 right now in the morning. We'll see how far I get. So let me go ahead and reset this video and the camera. We'll take a look at what we're changing, and we'll go from there. All right, here is that stabilizer bar. Here is the tie rod end, the outer tie rod end. Now, one of the things I didn't mention this on the ball joint on the other one, and the upper ball joint, but it comes with this one comes with this plastic cover. Not all of them do. Make sure you remove that plastic cover. It doesn't go on there. The other thing I noticed on this ball joint is it has a self-locking nut, not a castle nut, and a cotter pin. And here is the old one. You have what's called a castle bolt, because look at it, kind of looks like the top of a castle, and a cotter pin or cotter key. So I'm going to go ahead and take that cotter pin off and take that castle nut off, and then over here you got the upper one for the stabilizer bar, and then there is, I think, there it is for the bottom bolt for the stabilizer. Let me get what size those are, and I'll be back. Yeah, I've got the cotter pin out of the castle nut. All 3 of these are 21 millimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pop them all off of my impact gun. Obviously, I can't do that on camera. I've got, it's going to take both hands for that, so I'll come back after those are off. Okay, the castle bolt came off fine. On these other 2 for the stabilizer bar, they started to loosen, and then this started spinning. So I'm going to have to put a 10 millimeter wrench on here, and then the 21 millimeter on here to get these the rest of the way off. I'll do this for both of those, and I'll come back. Okay, this is off, comes right out. Up here, it comes right out. And this other one, take that off. These are all self-locking nuts as well. Take that off. All right. Let me see here. do some finagling here to make it fit. These new ones are stiff. They don't have the flex or the movement that the old ones had. This one, you had all kinds of movement here. So it's going to take both hands to get this to where it'll fit in there. So let me go ahead and do that off camera. These also have right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's slotted. So when you tighten it up or take it off, if it's spinning, then you can put a wrench on here versus out to the end of the old ones. Now it's time to take off the tie rod end. I'm going to have to get in here with a hammer and just pound on that to break it loose. And obviously I can't do that on camera, but I'll get the hammer, break that loose, and then we'll come back. Okay, I pounded this out, no big deal. One thing I did before, I forgot to mention, before I pounded this loose, I took this jam nut loose. It's probably a 23. I have a 22 millimeter. That's the biggest wrench I have, and it's not big enough. I just broke it loose. I'm not backing it all the way off, but I just broke it loose. Now I've got to clamp onto here, probably with a vice grip. It's pretty tight, so you should be able to put a wrench on here that's slightly flattened out, but I can tell you it's on there pretty tough. Then I'm going to put a crescent wrench on right here where it's flat, and I'm going to spin this tie rod end off. And obviously it's going to take both hands. I'm going to do that off camera, and once I do that, I'll come back. Okay, this thing came off really hard. I actually had to stick it back up in the hole here and put a nut on it so I can just really crank on it to get it loose. Once I got it broke loose, it came off fairly easy. But now you're going to see why I left this jam nut on there. When I put the new tie rod end on, I'm going to screw it in right up to that jam nut, and then I'll tighten the jam nut down. What that's going to do is it's going to keep my front end pretty much where it was. Be a little bit different because the parts are new, but it should give me relatively close, and then I can get an alignment, and it's not like way off. You can also count the threads. If you don't do that, you can count the threads. But to me, it's just easy. Leave the jam nut right there. I'll run this new tie rod end right up against the jam nut, and then I'll be good. Okay, got the outer tie rod end. I got this jam nut tightened back down. Got the bolt on. I don't have nothing tightened. Just like these stabilizer bar, I don't have it tightened either. Because I'm doing other things too. I'm not going to tighten those yet because I may need to take something off to get out of the way. But all I've got left to do is tighten those up. And then, like I said, with the tie rod end, obviously I've got to get it aligned. And I'll do that within the next week or so. But I've got to get the other side done too. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get it done today. This has been quite the project so far, and I'm still not done. So we'll see how I feel by the time I get done here. But I may have to wait to do that next weekend, and I won't get in the line until it's all done. So, but anyway, once you do something like this, especially with tie rod ends, even with the with these control arms, the bushings are bad, everything gets out of whack. I've noticed that this thing pulls a little bit now. The steering wheel's a little bit off. It's just things are just getting worn out. So once everything's done, then I'll take it in and get the front end alignment on it and make sure everything's back to being copacetic. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one macaroni and get ready to move on to the next one. If you have any questions about this, it's like I mentioned at the beginning, if you have any questions, any comments, any wondering what I did or why I did it, and leave that in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions, things I can do that might make it a little bit easier, leave that in the comment section as well. I don't have all the tools I need this time. I was doing some helping my son on his truck, doing a head gasket, and I still got a bunch of my tools over there, so I'm kind of flying, one-handed, if you will. But But yeah, if you have any suggestions that might make it a little bit easier, leave those in the comment section too, and appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, finished for the day. Finally, I got one side done. I was hoping to get both sides done, but that didn't happen. That ball joint, lower ball joint on the driver's side was just a bear. It took me, a couple hours just on that ball joint. But I'm going to do one close for all three of these videos. So if it sounds familiar, go back and watch the other one. Whatever. Just trying to save myself a little bit of time here. But that's the upper and lower control arms. Let me start over. One video is upper control arms, one video is lower control arms, both of them. One video is the outside tie rod end and the stabilizer bar. So we've got all that done on the outside. I haven't got the car put back together yet because I've got to run to the store and get a grease gun. I want to grease these two grease fittings that are there before I ever take it out of the driveway, and it's easier if the wheel's still off. So I've still got to clean up my mess. I've still got to go get that grease gun, and then I get that done. But if you have any questions about what I did, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll respond if appropriate. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, anything that I can do differently that might make it easier, I'm open to that too. Leave all that in the comment section. And like I said at the beginning, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button if you will. Hit that like button. Share this with anybody you know that has a 2006, 2005, up to maybe 2009 Chrysler 300. This has a 5.7 liter. I don't know if the V6 have the same front end parts, I would assume, but this one is the 5.7 liter Hemi. So I hope you enjoyed this, and appreciate you coming back and tuning back in. If you're new visitor to my site, appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you subscribe and leave me some comments. Tell me what you think of my videos. Tell me what I can do to improve. I'm looking to improve my content and do more consistent content. So until next time, have a great day.